Action.
Woo!
Welcome
Woo!
back, everybody, to Brats in the Back Row. I'm I'm Allie.
I'm Melina.
And I'm Emily.
And we are the titular brats in the back row of the theater. And today we are talking about a Hayden Christensen film. It's Shattered Glass from 2003. Ooh! I know you haven't heard of this movie before. Class, where do we know Hayden Christensen from?
That one Italian film where he's like a pizza guy. Like
Yeah.
Little Italy.
Little Italy, that's what it is.
Oh, who is he in that movie with? It's Emma Roberts.
I think so. Let me
Yeah.
make sure, but I think you're
He's
right.
in it with Emma Roberts. I will say, I knew about this movie before, not because I had watched it, but because I had seen TikTok thirst traps of him in this movie.
In Little Italy.
No, not in Little Italy. Not in Little Italy.
Oh, in Shattered Glass. I thought you meant Little
Shattered
Italy.
Glass.
I was like, what?
No. I've seen about a dozen Shattered Glass Hayden Christensen TikToks.
I'm back. Okay. And Shattered Glass, because he's in little glasses and a baseball cap at one point. And Virgin Territory.
Virgin Territory?
Virgin Territory.
It's the
one where he's deaf and there's a bunch of nuns.
Oh.
He's a virgin.
He's in Virgin Suicides.
Oh,
he is in the Virgin Suicides.
He is in Virgin Suicides.
He goes into the territory and then the suicide. Who does he play in the Virgin Suicides?
Oh, he's like a really minor character.
I was gonna say,
like, he's only there for a couple of scenes.
I was like, I can't remember.
No.
I've never seen it. I should watch it. But but
Hayden
Christensen is most notable for his portrayal of Anakin Skywalker in the
For context for everyone, we have been trying to call Sarah for like 30 minutes to go get your ass on the Discord.
And also, her camera's not turning on, so I'm not sure if she's fully conscious at this moment.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see, but it's okay.
Sarah, can you hear us?
Are you in the great beyond?
I tried to fight the demons and the demons won.
Oh. I'm sorry, the demons
I love
won.
you, Sarah, so much.
So much.
I literally was sitting up so I wouldn't fall asleep and I still fell asleep.
Oh.
Well,
Sarah, I love you so much.
did your
Thank you for being
best.
here.
Thanks.
it's okay.
I'm so
Continue.
hyped now. Guys, was I not like so sad that Sarah wasn't here? And now I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
so happy.
There's someone.
Now we can do the episode properly.
Now we can do the episode. So happy. Okay. Hayden Christensen, most notable for portraying Anakin Skywalker in the prequels, for which he was wrongly hated for his portrayal. He did his best, guys. The dialogue was really bad.
Damn you, George!
George!
Yeah, Jorge Lucas. He actually filmed Shattered Glass in between episode 2 and 3. So, I know Sarah.
This is the sequel. This is the secret, prequel that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Clone
But,
Wars.
This is the
It's Clone Wars 2.5. Clone Wars. Sarah had said in her notes that he's really good at playing like a whiny little brat, and I think it's because he just got out of playing Anakin Skywalker in
He was free from the ponytail.
where he is a whiny brat.
Whiniest brat. He was.
He was free of the ponytail.
The rat tail.
It's like
from
nothing
the rat
can stop
tail.
me now. Before I go on though, I want to give a quick shout out because this past week, a lot of people have been telling me that they actually listened to our podcast, and it made me feel really nice. Shout out
Ooh.
Chelsea, friend of the pod, Chelsea. Shout out brother Esdras, friend of the pod, who told me that he listens to us sometimes on his way back from school.
Thank you.
He yes, he told me that listening to us talk on this podcast reminds him of when we would be talking in the back of like our English classes.
I'm gonna cry. That's so sweet.
It was really
Sad.
sweet. Shout out
Were we that
coworker-
loud?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Oh, the answer is yes.
I've gotten in trouble in
I had-
every single like English class going, Emily, you talk too loud in the back. I'm all,
yeah.
sorry to queen out in the back.
Time. Yeah.
I'm also gonna give a shout out to friend of the pod Emma, who told me I listen to the podcast every time it comes out as well. So Emma.
I had one more
Emma.
shout out. Shout out coworker Omar, who told me that he sometimes listens. He did tell me that he fell asleep listening to Spotify one time, and then Spotify played one of our episodes, and he freaked out because the intro's really loud and
I'm sorry.
also very staticky, and it scared him.
Oh.
But
Here.
shout out because he listens. But yeah.
Well,
thank you
that's
all
part of
for
our
tuning in.
goals
Omar.
is to strike fear into the hearts of our
It's just-
listeners.
Right.
Well, yeah.
But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in and listening. You make us all feel very special. We're here for you, for your enjoyment.
Bye, Mama.
Hearts.
Slay mama.
Peace
Thank
and
you.
love. Peace and love.
Thank you. Thanks and love.
Peace and love.
What are we up to, guys? Before we get into
Emily has big news.
Oh!
Podcast.
I have big news. I'm pregnant. No!
oh, whoa!
I don't even know
Lesbian.
how that is.
Jesus.
I am the Virgin Mary. No,
Sounds
I
like-
quit my job, one.
Woo!
My job sucked, and I hated it. I got offered another job one day after I quit my first one.
Okay, let's go back to the episode now.
Alright.
Okay, Alright.
Yeah.
gang. What have we been up to this weekend? I had a crazy weekend. What did you guys do?
I had a crazy weekend as well.
I got scammed.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. Hey, that one goes first.
I ordered like these discount the Doc Marten sandals, like the chunky ones.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
They're so cute, and I ordered them. And then when I went to order them, it was a different brand. And then my dumbass was like, "That's okay." And so I ordered them anyways. They've been in transit for like 2 months. I go
Oh.
to the company apparently that I bought the shoes from, put my tracking number and my order number. They're like, that order doesn't exist.
Oh no.
Oh,
So
no.
I was scammed.
That's not cool.
I was
Oh.
scammed $70. So
Oh, no.
Oh.
it's okay. I'll live. But yeah, that's
Sorry,
what
Sarah.
happened.
Yeah.
Damn.
Don't trust Instagram, guys. Do not trust Instagram ads.
The little shop ads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evil.
They're dangerous.
I love the shop
Evil.
ads, though.
They're nice to look at.
Yeah.
It's like window shopping.
Yeah. I've been entering myself into a bunch of sweepstakes that appear on my Instagram.
I understand that.
I get studies for depression on there.
Yeah.
Are you a 23-year-old female with depression? Join
Oh
our
yeah, baby.
someone. Yeah,
That's specific.
I know they're very specific. But yeah, that was my weekend. Or my
Oh.
day, I guess.
Oh, thumbs up.
That happened today?
Yeah, that happened today. I just found out today.
Oh no.
Sarah.
It's okay. But good news is I went on a road trip with my lover last
boy.
week. So that was fun.
Yes.
Woo!
How was San Francisco?
Yeah, that was
It was actually really fun. I ate a lot of food I shouldn't have eaten. But other
It
than
doesn't
that,
count 'cause
life
you're on
is
vacation.
about.
what?
It doesn't count because you're on vacation.
Yeah.
You're right, it doesn't count. It's like a little cheat,
Uh-huh.
you know?
You cheat.
Yeah. So
You
that's what
lover's
happened.
vacation.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it because I could like talk all day about it.
That's fair. That's
Oh,
good. That's
That's
sweet.
fair.
So that was my week. I was on spring break because I work at a school, so I had all of last week off.
go go
No,
Meili,
what
no go.
happened this weekend? Ali Sith this weekend. It was no, but I did in spirit. The
In
seat next
spirit,
to me
you
in the
were.
movie theater was empty.
Yeah, I watched Revenge of the Sith with a couple of our friends. Um, Shout out Riley White, brother Esdras, and Mr. Jonathan, and Jonathan's girlfriend Aurelie. Did
Ooh.
not get to meet Esdras' girlfriend. She was not unable to come. I was really excited about meeting her, but she
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
make it.
Shout out
Yeah.
Riva.
Shout out Rila. Emily started hosting movie nights, monthly movie nights. So I went to the first one, inaugural movie
yeah.
night.
That happened. How was that?
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed my time.
The movie was good. I was really excited. It was a lot of fun. I ate Red Robins and I watched a movie. It was so
It was
good.
me, Allie, and shout out to my best friend, Maya Weld. Um, she doesn't listen to this. She doesn't want to.
Oh,
She,
and fair.
she came because she's also unemployed at the moment. She's like, "Girl, I got nothing else going on. I'll come." And I was like, "All right." I already set the movie up, and I'm almost done with the invitation for next month's as well. I wanted to keep it low key this one just in case. But it was fun. We have a projector and like a projector screen that I've had since forever, and my dad finally figured out how to hook up streaming services onto it. And so
Woohoo!
all fun things. Yeah. I just have to
Woohoo.
I already got it finalized. My parents are like, "Yeah, what do we care?" Like so, hopefully I'll
Same.
invite more people next time.
Who's on the
Yeah.
invite
Party.
list?
Well, I will. Wait, what?
Party.
This weekend I went to the, if you saw our Instagram, I went to the Turner Classic Movie Film Festival. Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh. Ooh.
I'm wearing
Classic. Sponsor us.
I'm wearing my VistaVision shirt that I got. I'm
Oh, slay.
very excited about. I spent a lot of money at that because I love it so much. It was a lot of fun. For the first day, I was alone, and then I met Emma. I saw Back to the Future on IMAX for its at the Chinese Theater for its 40th anniversary. I think they're going to be bringing it to IMAX in the near future. Probably. It was very fun. And then we saw Jaws at the Egyptian on a 35mm print, and I love Jaws. It's one of my favorite movies. So that was great. I've never seen any of those in a theater. That was a Saturday, and then Sunday Sarah was there as well, along with other of our friends. We saw my dog's barking. We saw To Catch a Thief in the Chinese theater.
Al Pacino.
That's not Al Pacino. He was later.
And
That was later.
That was
He
later.
in Heat.
We went to the Roosevelt Hotel. I got drunk at the Roosevelt. It was, Emily may have had several glasses of wine and had a lot of fun. And then we saw Heat with Al Pacino and Michael Mann.
Al Pacino.
Yep. And I said this in my review, but Heat's a kind of convoluted movie. It's a long movie, and it has a lot of moving elements in it.
Mhm.
When you're not, like, fully there, it's kind of hard to, like, get... You're, like, sitting there going, I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I was
This is
sober
like
at
when
that
I
point, and I had
was at
no idea what was
Chinatown.
happening. Oh, Chinatown?
What?
Chinatown. Sarah,
That's like when I fell asleep at Chinatown.
yes.
Yeah.
When we went last year, Allie, Maylina,
Last year, yeah.
and Maylina and others, we watched Chinatown, and Allie fell asleep during it, and I woke up when I don't know what's happening.
Well, Chinatown's just not a good movie, so.
Yeah.
It's not a good movie.
Hot take from the Brats. Sorry, everyone. We're not Chinatown people. Like, it is not that fun. Like,
It was because I came home and I told my dad, I was like, oh, we watched Chinatown, but I fell asleep. And he was like, oh, Chinatown is great. And I was like, I don't think we watched the same movie.
what's this Chinatown?
It's not Chinatown.
We did.
I felt that way about Heat. I was
He
like,
thinks it's great.
Yeah, I mean,
It's,
I
it's
did.
okay.
It was.
Don't shoot me.
No, I feel this. I mean, I was like, oh my god, there's a spider. Go away. Okay. I mean, I probably should watch it again, but I was watching and I was like, this is fine. This is a fine movie. It's one of my dad's favorite movies, so shout out to my father. But so he was very excited when I told him I was seeing Heat with Al Pacino and Michael Mann. He's all, oh god. He was in distress. Yeah, I bought many things. I bought this shirt. I bought another shirt that has TCM Film Festival and then all the movies on the back, like the one I've had from last year. I bought postcards because they did this like theme this year was like watercolors of certain movies and everything. And I didn't get to go to the screening because it was Friday and my car was being worked on. But they did a screening of Bringing Up Baby. And so one of the watercolors on the postcards is of Bringing Up Baby. And I'm like,
That's cool.
That's cool.
I'm very excited. Apparently, if you were a special member, you got a tote bag with that watercolor painting of it, of the Bringing Up Baby one. And I was like, oh, God. Poor. They hate the poor. And then I got 2 books. One is called Falling in Love at the Movies, all about, like, screwball comedies to romantic comedies and how we, like, got here and everything. And another one I've heard good things about.
That's so you.
It's called Backwards and in Heels, and it's all about, like, women in the film industry, where they were, where we are now, and what can happen and everything. I've heard good things about it.
Women.
Women.
Oh, those are so you.
I'm very excited.
Turner
Women is me.
Classic Movies.
I love
Look at me.
movies. I love classic movies.
Turner Classic. Look at me. Look at us. Sponsor us for next year.
Please.
We want to go.
We want to go.
I know you do that.
We love.
Yeah.
Ben
I'll be there
Mankiewicz.
next.
Ben Mankiewicz, look me in the eyes right now. When you die, I will take your job.
That's crazy
Spot,
because
give us
I know
tickets. We will do a live Brats.
We will do a
review.
live Brats pod. They do their own little podcast at the poolside and everything. Why can't we do a Brats one?
Yeah.
Get us there. Hey,
Should
audience,
do a live
tag
Brats
Turner
one.
Classics down below.
It'll be what? Live Brats episode at the TCM Film Festival. Live Brats episode at the Brokeback Mountain re-release.
In the theater.
I think we should be. I think we should be true to our names. We'll sit at the back of the theater. We'll be mic'd up, and we'll just be live reacting to the movie. We're the only ones who are allowed to talk. It's live commentary.
And if there's other people
live
there,
commentary.
well, they get a little treat then. That's fine. Some Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, it's re-releasing, you guys.
It's re-releasing
I fear
in
we're gonna have to do
June.
an episode on that.
June.
Friday.
Okay, I'll be
We're all gonna
seated for
have to go
that.
to the movie.
Sarah,
Yeah.
we should dress up.
Sarah's there.
You and I both
I
have the
literally have
jackets.
the jacket.
I was like, you and I
We'll
both.
be all dressed up.
And-
You'll both be the mount or the cowboys. I'll be the mountain. Melina, what are
Mountain.
you?
Can you be the?
I also have the jacket.
Oh, there's a third one.
But there's only
There's a secret third.
there's 2 cow.
Can you be actually?
I want to be the mountain.
No, May's the mountain, but Allie, can you be
I
the
like
wife
mountain.
that sees the 2 of us kissing and then is
Oh,
like
yeah.
disgusted?
Okay,
The
wait a
homophobic
minute.
I
So
can do
if
that.
Allie gets to be one of the Allie gets to be Heath Ledger's wife.
Yeah.
I want to be Jake Gyllenhaal's wife. I want to be Anne Hathaway.
Okay, you can be an Anne Hathaway. You get a baby.
I get the baby.
And then Sarah and
And
I
we
are
both
lovers.
just
Yeah.
Which one has
Oh.
the tan jacket with the fur?
Well, I also
think
have a tan
is it Heath
jacket. We
Ledger?
just have to go through with it.
I think
Okay.
Heath
One of them has
Ledger
a
is the one
blue
with
jacket.
the tan jacket. I also have a tan jacket.
I don't think any of us have a blue version of this.
We're
No.
all Heath Ledger.
All of us are Heath Ledger. I don't
wish I
want to
could
be Jake
quit you.
Gyllenhaal.
I don't want to
Okay, I'll be Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal kills himself in the movie.
Oh, spoilers.
Well-
Spoilers for Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, spoilers for Brokeback Mountain. It came out 20 years
I've
ago.
never seen it. Guys.
Oh, Allie. It
Yeah,
doesn't
guys,
end
Tyler-
up well.
I thought somebody killed him.
Maybe someone did kill him. I don't remember.
Because didn't his tires, like, he was at a gas station and...
Oh, maybe. Either way,
He is
spoiler
dead.
alert. Jake Gyllenhaal
He's
died.
dead.
He is dead in that movie.
He is
And then,
dead.
like, Heath Ledger gets, like, the jacket, and he's all,
Yeah.
we could have had a good laugh
Oh my.
together. Here on Brokeback Mountain.
Could have had a real good laugh.
A real good laugh. Live commentary would go crazy.
I think we'd be really good at it. Okay. I love you all so much. We do have to talk about the movie. I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
No, don't even worry.
Okay.
Hayden
Lock in.
Christensen.
Okay. I took my contacts out for this, put my glasses on. Journalism. Pay attention. We're about to talk about it. So we watched Shattered Glass. It's a Hayden Christensen movie. Also, I have a Star Wars shirt because he filmed this because my Star Wars shirt got here late and I had to show somebody.
Help.
Help! Hayden Christensen plays Stephen Glass. Also, this movie is based on a real life story. Stephen Glass is this young reporter who's working at this magazine called The New Republic. It's Air Force's magazine. Kind of
Air
a big
Force
deal.
One. Air Force One.
Air Force
Not
One, Air
Air
Force One.
Forces
Air Force One's
magazine.
belonging to. Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you said
Air
Air
Force
Force,
One.
said
as
Air
in the Air
Forces.
Force.
Air Force
So
One.
you said that when we were first talking about it at dinner, and I was confused. I was like, "Oh, it's a military magazine," and then in the movie, they're all Air Force One. I was like, "Oh, that's what she meant."
Air Force
like
One.
Air Force One's magazine. Like the president's plane. Yes,
president.
it's his in-flight magazine.
Wait, okay. I'm confused. Why is it Air Force One's magazine? Don't get that.
They write about things that are going on in the country, I guess.
Political
Also, they're still
commentary.
around.
Isn't that what
Their
every
website-
magazine does?
Affiliated with Air
Sure.
Force One?
Why is New
No.
Republic Air Force? Also, we'll get into it.
But yeah, they're still around. You can pull them up. They have a crossword you can play on their website.
I've seen
I just found
them.
this out like an hour ago.
It was
So Stephen Glass is a reporter there. Oh, wait, go Emily.
it gained popularity because of during the Clinton presidency due to its liberal politics and intellectual discourse that aligned with Clinton's politics.
Okay.
Okay. So it's his magazine, kind of,
Yes.
Okay.
in a
I
way.
guess.
Okay. Stephen Glass, who's played by Hayden Christensen, is a reporter at the New Republic. This is all a true story. He writes really good stuff, and everybody loves it. And then one day they find out that out of the 47 articles that he had written for the magazine, 21 of them were mostly or somewhat falsified, meaning the information in it was not true at all. He had made it up. And
Right,
that was
mama.
crazy because the magazine was printing it, and they did not know were defending him. He got fired.
Good.
And this is the movie. This is everything in this movie happened for the most part.
And
And
that's where I want to
Yeah.
come in real quick. Because I
go ahead.
told
I want you to share your fun facts.
I told Allie this at dinner when I was like, "What movie are we watching?" And she showed me. May, Joe knew this guy.
Did Joe tell us about this?
Yes, he told us at a like a meeting we were having together. I have no clue how we got onto this conversation, how we got to this topic, but he was talking about
Okay.
how he knew this guy named Steven at like UC Berkeley that used to like that eventually went on to like falsify stories and everything. And apparently they were academic rivals at UC Berkeley.
See, now I'm willing to believe Joe, but it gets to the point of academic rivals where I start to not believe him.
Also, am not to call Joe a liar. I think Joe is the most honest person around. But I did look into Stephen Glass's education. He did not go to UC Berkeley. He went to George and
So who is
some other place on the
Joe
East Coast.
talking about? So
Like if he bumped into him at UC Berkeley,
maybe
that
that's
makes
what he
sense.
meant. Maybe that's what he meant. I
But
don't know.
Also, why is Stephen Glass at UC Berkeley? I don't know. Steven, chime in. Do you know Joe?
Well, but also, okay, according to the movie and also his Wikipedia, because I did read his Wikipedia a bit, he went to George Fox for law. That was after the whole debacle.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what you saw, but maybe for like
A split second.
right, maybe for like
Well, he did his BA at University of Pennsylvania. Like that's still on the East Coast.
okay. Maybe
I know
he did a
UC Berkeley's
year-
a big journalism school. Maybe he was there for like an event or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Maybe
thinking.
he was there for like a semester or something.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm willing to believe Joe, because, like, how many guys are there named Steven who get into
Or-
this huge, like, nationwide fraud scandal for journalism?
Two. Two.
So I'd say
Yeah.
solid 5. Let's go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's-
No more than 6, I think.
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But the whole thing falls apart. So Steven is the New Republic's like superstar because everything he writes is really good. He's really popular. He's getting calls from George magazine, Harper's magazine. Apparently he contributed a story for one of my favorite podcasts, This American Life. And then he wrote a story called Hack Heaven about this kid who hacks into this major like electronics company and posts some nude pictures of women and leaves the tagline, the big bad bionic boy was here or something like that. Forbes magazine looks into this story because they're trying to figure out why Forbes Digital didn't pick up the story because it sounds huge. And they Google Juked Micronics, which is the name of the company that got hacked into, and Yahoo brings up 0 results. Something's amiss. They do some digging. Something's amiss. Like a whole company. They do some digging. They come to find they're like, hey, a lot of the stuff here is not. It's not real. We're not finding like these people aren't real. These companies, none like I can't get in touch with anyone. I think the magazine, the New Republic defends their superstar, and then eventually they're like, "Yeah, my bad, guys. None of that was real."
I was fibbing. Sorry.
You
And
just
that's where I am confused. Not confused, but peeved. They have a fact-checking process. They talk about the fact-checking process, but
Yeah.
he
No
goes over
one
it in
is-
detail.
he goes over it. And yet, this didn't come up earlier?
Well, it's so stupid because their fact-checking process is just checking the notes.
The notes.
Yeah, they're
Reporter
not,
took.
like, going
you wouldn't-
through
Yeah,
Mhm.
you would think that you would do like a Google search
on
of
anything.
just like on anything. And I
Right.
know that like it's the 90s, so the internet isn't that great at this point,
Right.
but you're still capable of Googling.
Right.
So
Yes.
and like also my thing is that like not one of their readers had a little bit of curiosity and tried to look more
Exactly.
into the subjects that he was writing about.
Bill Clinton.
Like, surely someone else would have figured out that all of this was faked if they just did a Google search.
That's literally like they didn't go like, oh, this happened. Like he's talking
That's
about
interesting.
major
Yeah.
laws being like changed and everything, and no person that's living in one of those states is like, oh, really? Let me like look this up.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my research, the Wikipedia page for Stephen Glass, um, apparently Stephen, as we see in the movie, had been called out for like discrepancies in his articles. Like there
Yeah.
were several articles because he was writing about like major organizations and stuff who would call him out and be like, wait a minute, like that's not true, or we didn't give that quote or whatever. And the New Republic always backed him up, and they would say like, no, like they defended him essentially. So in a way they had this coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there was issues where, let's see, so there was one article he had written called hazardous to your mental health, and the Center for Science in the Public Interest, CSPI, wrote a letter to the editor, pointing out numerous inaccuracies. He wrote about the DARE program, the Drug Abuse Resistance Education, and they also called him out on falsehoods, in an article called "Don't You Dare." The one that at the beginning of the movie about the like young Republicans, it's an article called "Spring Breakdown." They call him out too, saying that that's not true. There was another article called Peddling Poppy about a Hofstra University conference on George H.W. Bush, and they wrote a letter saying that there was errors in the story. And they all defended. In each of these instances, the editor would defend Glass, and there was one instance apparently where Michael Kelly, the editor, before Charles Lane goes in, asked the California Science Organization to apologize to
Oh my
Stephen.
god.
No.
That is a bad
Okay,
editor.
here's
What
the
the
thing.
hell?
Well, here's the thing. Bad editor, but also this just doesn't seem like a good publication.
No.
Because like yeah, writers make mistakes and give them the benefit of the doubt, like it's a mistake. But if this is happening over and over again,
You start getting suspicious. You start
you get
going, wait
suspicious,
a
and then
minute.
you discipline, and then maybe you're like, hey, maybe we need to suspend you for a little bit so that you can learn how to be a journalist again.
Yeah.
This publication was gonna fail no matter what because of how horribly it's run.
So that was also one of my things. I was like, is the New Republic even in the mainstream anymore? Or did this, like, take it down? I've never heard of it prior to this. Like,
I've never heard of it. I kind of want to ask Joe about it
I've heard of
and
it.
be like,
you've heard of
because
it?
you've heard of it, Sarah?
Yeah.
Where?
I know it's a magazine. I've seen it before. I mean, being news editor, I probably like ran into it
No,
or
somehow.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
I want to
Probably
ask
had to look at
Joe
more
about it
news
now
stuff than we did.
and be like, what? Like you were there, or at least he
You
probably
were
heard about it because
there!
You were there.
well,
He was
like
Stephen Glass.
he's in journalism. This seems like a big
It's true.
journalism event. Like he probably heard about it. We have to email him.
Joe.
We have to email him.
Joe.
We have to email
Joe.
him. Joe.
Also to the listener, if you don't know who Joe is, because we're just saying this random man's name, as you know, all of us worked at a newspaper. Joe was the advisor and is the journalism professor at our college and everything. So that's Joe.
Joe.
We need to email him. What are other things I wanted to talk about? Oh, so the aftermath. So I keep wanting to say Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen has never worked at a newspaper.
I thought you were gonna say
Stephen
in a day
Glass.
in his life.
His life. Stephen Glass gets found out. I think he confesses about faking these articles. He gets fired from the New Republic. The New Republic apologizes. The other magazines that Stephen Glass wrote for, so George Harper and This American Life.
Oh no.
Allie is
Never heard.
frozen.
I'm
to
on the
all
edge of my
our
seat.
listeners.
I'm on the edge of my seat. What the fuck?
Allie is frozen and we can't hear her. and she's not moving. Oh no,
Damn.
Allie is gone. Rest
Oh,
in peace,
no.
Allie.
Hello. Can you guys
Okay,
hear
you're
me?
back.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're back.
Okay. I was talking about the aftermath. So, Stephen Glass. I already did that. Stephen Glass confesses articles are fake. The New Republic apologizes. I'm sorry, we were putting out fake articles by this one guy. Um, Stephen Glass was also writing for George Harper, and he had that one story at This American Life. They all took down the publications that he had written for them. However, they also looked into those stories that he contributed for those magazines, and as far as they could tell, those articles were like honest and like true.
Okay.
Why? What is like him differentiating? Like, okay, it's just a bad week. You're all. I just need a story. I'm just gonna make something up.
Okay. I look. I'd be fine if all of the articles were fake. I'd be fine if he was doing some like big like heist, not heist, but like a big like fraud thing or
Yeah.
on
Right.
purpose. If he was doing it on purpose, I'd be fine with it. The fact that he's technically a good writer, a good
Un-
journalist,
Unfair.
also just pisses me off.
It's so crazy. Like,
He has the
I think-
skills, and we see that he has the skills. He's
And
just
he's a good
choosing to lie.
storyteller. Like he's in the pitch room and he's like got everyone captivated.
Yeah.
and that's also. That's a thing that I thought that pissed me off as well. At the end, they have like an epilogue word thing, like every biopic does, where it's like what happened after, and they talk about that he wrote a book and everything.
Oh yeah,
But the thing
Oh,
is,
it came
he-
out
about himself.
about
basically.
Yeah.
himself, and it's like you created all these stories, and yet you're like, I have to create this about myself.
Yeah. It's like the only book he's written. Oh, you got
Write a
content.
book.
Use it. Write a book.
The young Republican story is interesting. Maybe write something about that. Like,
Yeah.
and probably true. Like he could have probably written like
yeah,
that's probably happening.
correct. Like, it doesn't seem that far fetched.
Fiction writer.
It's so
But yeah.
crazy.
Oh, so that book that he wrote, it's called The Fabricus or something. Right? Yeah.
Oh no.
Ellie is frozen again. So sorry
Keep-
to our listeners. The
She's
really
back.
bad Wi-Fi. Allie's back.
I'm back. The book came out the same year as the movie, 2003.
That's crazy.
It was crazy.
That's how-
It
I
was.
do think
He
it's crazy.
knew. He knew. He was like,
That's
I gotta bank off of
Oh.
this.
Yeah.
He did know because they offered him a role in the movie and he turned it down.
What?
Funny.
Why? Do we know as who? Probably like a minor character. But
Who?
who?
It's like comic.
Make a cameo. No, I didn't see. I saw it on IMDb. I don't know what role. They were just like, Steven, come on down. And he
He's
was
the
like,
security
"No."
guard.
Yeah.
That would be insane. That is an insane.
He watched the movie. He talked about it. He said it was very painful to see some of the most like very
Yeah,
painful to see
homie.
some of the worst parts of his life being replayed.
Well, yes.
It's like you made a choice, my guy.
You lied, and you're also like a little
lied?
whiny bitch. Like,
Yeah.
you're. I
I
said
hate this man.
I said this is the problem with men and humanity.
Yes,
They're whiny little bitches.
He's all like,
he's a whiny little bitch.
oh my god, every time he said, "Are you mad at me?" I was like, I want to punch you in the fucking
I'm gonna
face.
fucking kill you, homie.
I hate you. I know men like that. And I'm like, I hate you.
He's like,
No.
I'm gonna do something to myself if you don't drive me to the airport.
Do
And he's
it.
like, okay, fine, do something. And
Do
he's like,
it.
no,
Do
I'm
it.
actually gonna kill myself.
I dare you.
Shut up.
I dare you.
Do it, bitch. Do it.
You won't. You won't.
Do a flip.
Literally.
It's
like-
flips.
And then he asked, he was like, "Can you drive me to the airport?" I was like, "What is happening?"
No,
I was,
that's when
know.
I
And
felt so
Charles
bad for
Lane is like,
Chuck.
I'm not going anywhere with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're gonna murder. I'm like, would he be driven to murder? Capable of murder?
maybe.
I thought he was gonna kill him.
Let's
I
say.
literally thought he was gonna kill Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna defend Chuck.
Oh yeah,
No, he doesn't
maybe-
need
Chuck is-
defending.
it's
He's
not
the
Chuck's
only
fault.
correct character in this movie.
Apparently, the others don't fucking think it in the movie.
Well, they were all manipulated by Steven.
That's true. But it's like I was triggered in this. I was like, "Oh my god, it's happening again. I'm becoming an editor again." But no, it was like, yeah, everyone, oh my god, the blonde girl that was like, "You don't know him like I know him." It's like, you're
Oh, yeah, Chloe Sevigny.
yeah, Chloe Sevigny, which also insane. Why is she in this?
The casting in this movie is crazy.
It's crazy. But like, she was like, "You don't know him like I know him," and everything, and it's like, you're a journalist. Like, this
Yeah.
is your boss saying,
I think she's
"Hey,
also
shit is
the
going down."
fact checker.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
the fact
let's
checker.
look with the
What makes
fact
it worse?
checking.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I
you're not
think
doing
she
a fucking
did
great
the
job.
wrong with the
Honestly,
fact
you should be
checker.
fired as well, Chloe Sevigny.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. The whole situation was so like high school in the most annoying way.
it's
'Cause
so
it's like they
annoying.
were all friends with Hayden Christensen and they hated the editor, and it was like, I know you don't like him, but he, one, is your boss, and two, is correct.
Yeah, he's in the right. Like,
Yeah.
he's going,
even
this
if
guy is lying about everything he has done. And we don't know what else he has lied about.
Yeah.
And so, and they're like, "No, but he just is so sensitive." And it's like, no! God.
So like
I wanted
even
to
if the
slap
editor was wrong, that doesn't mean you should still like write him off. Like if we're talking about fraud here, maybe we should listen.
Literally. Maybe we should, like, maybe your boss is correct on something. I know, like,
Yeah.
you all have,
'Cause
like,
it's-
a
yeah,
bad
major
relationship
accusation.
with him. He did a dickish thing. But, like, that was also, like, what, 7 years ago? Like, calm down.
Grow up.
Grow up. You
Wait,
are
what happened
adults.
7 years ago?
When, with Hank Azaria, like, him and the I'm assuming the EIC of the newspaper and the publication was, like, they always fought. And so, Marty.
Oh yeah, he got fired, right?
And then, like, he got fired, and then Chuck, like, swooped in immediately.
Chuck's fault.
Well, yeah, what is it? I defend
I felt
him.
so bad
He
for
got
Chuck.
promoted.
He's in the right. Like, that is your
Chuck
boss.
defender.
If any of you
So-
fuckers did that, I'd kill you.
Stephen Glass gets fired. Oh, well, yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Stephen Glass gets fired from the newspaper. He goes and he goes to law school. He tries to become a lawyer. However, several like lawyers don't let him become a lawyer because they're like, we've heard things about your character, Stephen.
Yeah.
Of course.
So he got a job as a paralegal.
Of course. Like, also insane that he still has a job. Like,
Yeah. Also, like, what did you think that like you're going into law? You just got out of like a major journalism scandal. You think that
yeah.
you're gonna be trusted with someone's like case?
Awful. Awful.
Law is all
He
about
tried
truth.
applying for the California bar. For the California bar, and they were like, no,
No.
Oh no.
no. I just scrolled to a random part of the Wikipedia. I'm sorry, but he's in 2015 he sent Harper's Magazine a check for $10,000, which he was paid for the false articles, writing in the attached letter that he was trying to make things right, and he was like, I know this isn't enough,
Are you mad at me? Shut the fuck up.
and he has Glass. Are you mad at me? Glass has stated he has repaid $200,000 to the New Republic, Rolling Stone, Harper's, and the publisher of Policy Review.
Well, okay. That's at least.
Okay, but like that doesn't fucking mean anything because you still
Then-
fucking lied, bitch.
20 articles out of is half of your career at the New Republic is fake.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's insane.
that's not a good track record.
No.
I will say, I do admire his skill to be able to get away with that for so
No,
long.
100%.
Oh, insane.
100%.
Honestly,
He's
a game
charismatic,
now. A
he's a
game
good
now.
writer.
It's incredible.
Yeah, like fabricating like the CEO of that like fake company. Like,
Oh yeah,
that was
the like
that was
getting his
genius.
brother involved in everything.
His brother.
Like
That
coding a
part's crazy.
website. I was like, this guy, like he's in it. Like honestly, I was like, damn, that's
In it.
crazy.
He has the dedication. But also, like, if you put that energy towards writing
Writing
your
an
articles,
article.
Yeah.
Writing your articles, doing
In
real
this
research.
Doing real reporting and everything. Like maybe we would,
Yeah.
we would get somewhere.
We wouldn't
Yeah.
be in this situation.
It was
Yeah.
that whole. Oh my god, he pissed me off. I was so
I know.
angry while watching this. I was full of rage.
I know.
It was so.
It was so hard to watch, and like I knew he was gonna be. I knew he was shady. I didn't know how. But he was just too nice,
Yeah.
too like sweet.
Too.
And listen,
Mm.
I
Everyone
love Hayden
liked him.
Christensen, and you all know I love a white man. Okay,
Ah!
I wanted to slap him silly in this film.
Oh,
I
he
like
was
the
so
white-
difficult
I
to
love a
watch.
white man.
I love.
I love
I
me a
got
white
your
man.
letter today, Emily.
I
I can't differentiate him from that character. Like,
Hayden-
anytime I see Hayden Christensen, I want to slap him.
Yeah.
He plays Anakin Skywalker, but you're gonna think of Stephen Glass when you see him now.
which one's the
Yeah.
which one's the worst villain? Anakin Skywalker or Stephen Glass?
Oh, Stephen Glass.
Stephen Glass.
Stephen Glass.
Anakin Skywalker believed in something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least he put forth
never
effort to
lied.
believe in. He didn't lie. He
Never
knew what he was
lied.
doing. He killed those children for a reason.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he had a motive. He had the energy.
Yeah.
It was oh god. Also, their editing process that he was talking about and everything, ours was way more difficult. Like
Ours was a lot
more
longer, I think.
intense. Like
Yeah.
Their editing process is what? It gets written,
It
goes to an editor,
Goes to an editor.
Goes to one editor.
goes back to the writer,
writer.
goes to a different
then-
editor,
Uh-huh.
back to the
Writer.
writer,
And then it
Then-
goes to the fact check.
Goes to the
Two
fact
and then it goes
checkers?
to fact check.
Yes.
One fact
And then
checker.
it
One
goes
fact-
to the writer.
writer. Then it goes to
Then back to the
legal.
first editor. What'd you say?
It goes to legal as
Legal.
well. Legal has to get in.
It goes to legal. That's right. Goes to fact check. Goes to legal. Back to writer. Goes to the first editor again.
And then goes to
Then-
copy
And the
editors.
second.
Yeah.
All
Something
that,
like
and he's still like,
I know. No one has
No
caught
one
anything.
What was our system? What were we doing?
We did. It was.
We did like 5 editors. No, that's not true. I lied.
Well,
I'm sorry.
The,
It just felt
us
like
as
that.
the editors were line editors and
Yeah.
everything. It would go to. It would go like
Because it was
it was
writer.
and then it went to the editor that it was the assigned it, and then back to the right. How many times it needed to go back and forth with that? It needed until it was preferable enough to go to, or better, good enough to go to a copy editor, to like 4
Yeah.
copy editors, and then it went to. And then when production night came, it went into layout with all those edits and everything. After the writer accepted all the edits and put it back in, and then it
Yeah.
would go to me, and then me, another editor, me. Okay, wait, me, another writer. Okay,
no. It went to you,
layout.
Sage,
Me, Sage, Alyssa. No,
Alyssa.
no, because we weren't there at the same
None of
time.
them.
We weren't there at the same time.
No,
me,
yeah. So it was either Sage or Alyssa.
me, Sage or Alyssa, another editor,
Deputy.
another
Yeah.
editor,
And then back to the writer.
back to the writer, and then
And then you, Sage or Alyssa,
and
editor again.
another editor, and then copy
Back to the
editor.
writer.
It went to head copy editor, and then another copy editor, and then back to the
Yeah.
writer, and then it went to me, Sage or Alyssa, and then Anna, and then it was done. It was a long process. My process was long,
lot.
but man, we made a good newspaper each week. All right.
Was it worth it?
It was the best the paper had ever been. Several people
Was
said
it
it.
worth
People said that. Was it worth it? It depends. But like,
crazy.
Debatable.
Yeah.
it makes us look good, and that's worth it.
That's true.
That's true. Well, what else do I want to talk about? Fun facts in the movie. So Stephen Glass got offered a role, a little cameo. He said no, thank you.
Insane.
Insane. Chuck Lane got offered not a role, but to help with like the script writing and to just help with fact checking. Chuck Lane also got invited to go to be in the movie, not be in the movie, but kind of like fact check the script and the events that had gone down.
Oh, well,
'cause he
now
was
we're
there.
fact checking the script.
Now
Okay.
we're fact checking. The only day that he was actually on set was when they filmed the scene where all the writers are talking crap about Chuck Lane behind his back. I think it's the scene where Michael is moving out of his office. So he was there for that, which I'm like, that's
crazy. That's the one day. The one day you're there.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Get Chuck in here. Let's see what he thinks of this scene.
Come on.
Michael Kelly also got offered an opportunity to go over the script and stuff, but he didn't want to. He was very embarrassed because a lot of those fake stories were written
under-
when he was in charge.
Yeah, under his
Yeah.
control, which you should be embarrassed.
Yeah,
So-
he's the
Embarrassed.
guy
Didn't he
who
kill?
told the
Didn't he
What?
die?
and
Oh,
he's
he
dead.
did.
He died in the
He's passed away.
Iraq War. Like, that is insane.
Apparently, he was the first journalist to be killed in the
Oh,
Iraq War.
Oh,
That
that's
is
sad.
insane. When I
That
saw
is
that, I
insane.
literally went, "What?"
mhm.
Yeah. It was shocking.
I was like, wasn't expecting a death in this movie.
It must have happened during
I-
production that he died, right?
Probably.
He died in 2003.
Oh, so when the
Which
movie...
is when the movie came out.
So they just added that little...
They were all
Thing at the end?
letting you guys know.
Yeah.
You guys know. R.I.P. Mike.
R.I.P. Mike.
R.I.P. Mike. A lot of test audience did not believe that young people would make up the majority of the workforce at a newspaper, which is why they had to add in the thing at the beginning where they were like the median age is 26 and the youngest of them is Stephen Glass, because they were just like, "Psst, only old people work at newspapers." They didn't believe it, so they had to add
He
that
was
in.
24, and he was the
was
youngest?
24.
Oh yeah, he was.
You was
young.
special.
He literally
Well,
was
the
like-
median is 26.
But they were literally like, he's just a kid. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's like, stop woobifying this man. This grown
Bro,
ass
you're
man.
like 3 months older than him.
What ass man?
It's like, he's just a kid, just a little baby. It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Back. Melanie, I'm trying. They're silencing me. Stephen Glass is here. Melanie Linsky is in the movie. She wears the same outfit throughout the entire movie.
He
I don't know if you
does.
guys know.
Okay.
She wears
That is so
she
true.
got no costume changes. Yeah,
They went,
We're
and
queen.
you're done.
You're done.
and you're done. Yeah, the casting is insane.
It's a crazy cast.
Yeah.
A lot of people are here. Rosario Dawson is here.
Rosario
Yeah.
Hayden
Dawson?
Christensen. Yeah, she works at
No,
the,
I wasn't saying
Forbes.
that as a question. I was saying that as an exclamation.
Yeah, she's here.
She's here.
She's here. She's here. She gets very little screen time, but she's here. Steven Zahn is here. The guy from Friends is here. Thank you, Sarah. I didn't know how to place him. I was like, his face looks familiar.
He's-
It's David Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
Thank you, Hank
Hank
Azaria.
Azaria.
I did not know he played David
He-
in Friends. I was like,
Plays
it's
David.
David in Friends.
Well,
It's David from
he's
Friends.
also plays like many characters on The Simpsons as well.
He's also in the Birdcage.
Also in the Birdcage. That is true. He plays the
Ooh.
gay assistant. Gay little.
Yeah.
I rewatched the. I love the Birdcage so much.
I need to rewatch it.
I rewatched it recently. It was great.
Yeah. What else? What other little fun facts do I have? Oh, the scene in the classroom where Hayden Christensen is talking to a
No
high school
one.
class.
Weird.
Fully.
No one.
Like he has disillusionment. He is going through it.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
at like a
Okay.
political convention as well. Sorry.
Well, I think that one he had written an article called Monica Sells, and I think that's because there's a lot of like
I didn't know.
lewd.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
so I
bad
think
things.
Yeah,
that's
because
what
they're
that
selling
is.
like condoms and lube, but it's all
Mhm.
like American Patriot
Yeah.
themed.
Themed.
Okay.
But if it's around the Clinton administration, then it's when Bill Clinton cheats.
Did not have sexual relations with a woman.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this? Oh, the high school classroom was made up of extras who were French Canadian kids from Montreal. So none of those extras have lines because
Because
they
they didn't
don't speak English.
English.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense because they all look
They don't.
kind of confused as
Oh
well.
They don't know what's
my
going
God,
on.
They have no clue what he's saying.
They're
So
like,
funny, actually.
the handsome guy from Star Wars is
I
is
love
here,
the.
and he's
You are
saying-
Anakin Sky. That is not French.
That's
This is not
right.
Anakin
French.
Skywalker. There we go.
We
Oh my God, that is insane.
That scene where we find out that he's talking to an empty room is also crazy because, like, I knew he was mentally ill from like
Oh, yeah.
the start.
100%.
Like he's what? He's severely mentally ill. He's got several undiagnosed mental illnesses,
Personality
unmedicated as well.
disorders.
He's
Unmedicated.
bisexual, but also incredibly biphobic.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that gay story real quick. That shit is insane. He's all, I kissed a man. I was like, what? I know he's
What?
lying. I know
No.
that's like, we're going, it's
Yeah.
because she's even like, what? But, maybe that's the one truth.
Maybe that's the one truth that he kissed a man and he's bisexual. I don't know, but it's
Mhm.
just like, okay, mental illness, bisexual. This is why we can't let them into journalism.
Let them.
Journalism.
All they do is lie and fabricate.
It's. What the hell? This is what bisexuals, mentally ill bisexuals do.
All they do is lie, charge their phones.
Charge they phones, lie in journalism, eat hot chips.
Like,
Insane.
does anybody else have any thoughts about the movie? Hayden Christensen is really good at playing a whiny little guy.
Uh-huh.
And I really do think it's because he's coming off of playing Anakin Skywalker, 19-year-old
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker in Attack of the Clones. And I really think that this movie was necessary for his growth to play Anakin Skywalker 2
Necessary.
years later in
For his
In
growth.
Revenge of
Revenge
the-
of the Sith.
his
Yeah.
growth. Really did wonders for his
It's a good
portfolio.
transition period.
Yeah, this is the Clone Wars, as you said.
Yeah.
this is Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Mhm, off
The
The
you
animated
don't see,
series.
but off screen is
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
yeah, what's his real name?
Ewan
Ewan
McGregor.
Ewan McGregor. I was
Yeah.
like, man with
Oh, yeah.
beard.
No, yeah. In the background is Ewan McGregor and Natalie Portman.
Yeah, they're
Natalie
just off to
Portman.
the side.
They're just off to the side. Yeah, no. I think Hayden Christensen does really well in this movie. Honestly, I do think that he's a good actor.
He is.
Unfortunately, George Lucas off of cocaine is not a good writer or director.
write.
He's not.
So-
He sucks.
He sucks. So like, hey, sorry,
that
I can't
what
help you about
happened?
that.
The no
It wasn't
cocaine.
What?
drugs?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
John
70s were
Mulaney.
over, man. No one give a
70s
fuck
were over.
anymore.
70s were over.
That's why we get so many good movies in the 70s. Everyone's all high on
Mm-hmm.
cocaine.
All on coke.
And I
Hey,
think
and
that's
bring it
what
back.
needs to happen again. People need to go back on
Yeah.
coke, and I need to get some more good goddamn movies.
I think people are on coke. It's just the wrong people that are on coke.
I need the
Right.
right people to be on coke.
Need the right people to be on coke.
Well, with
Yeah.
that.
If no one else has anything.
We need
That's
to
all
develop
for
coke
me.
addictions.
Mm, I don't think that would be good for you.
Emily and I, we can do it.
What?
Coke?
If we keep ourselves accountable.
if small doses, I think it can work.
I don't know.
Wouldn't know.
No,
No,
You
I
guys
think
can't
I'd
do
go
coke. I'm
insane
so
if I went on
sorry.
I
coke.
would.
Yeah.
What did you say? What?
You know, being like high on coke is, I've heard
It's like-
several people tell me,
Yeah.
very underwhelming experience.
Oh, I've heard the
Mm,
true.
opposite. I've heard it's insane.
I've heard that.
But I mean, it
Mm.
depends on the
I've heard
person.
both.
That's all for us today. I hope you all enjoyed this. I think the movie is fine. It's definitely a solid 3. The content of the movie is insane.
Yes.
Especially if you know anything about news or journalism or how that works. Crazy.
Stephen Glass, when I see you, Stephen Glass,
Still
It's on site.
alive. We could find him.
He is.
We could
on site.
find
New York.
him.
goody boy.
I think he lives in California because he's a
We
paralegal.
I saw him.
You could. The chances of
will
bumping into Stephen
find
Glass
Stephen
low.
Glass, and we will
We'll
destroy
find
him.
him.
The
Wait, hold
power
up.
of journalism will course through me.
He's gonna sue us for libel.
I'm
Cares.
afraid of.
What is he gonna do?
I don't know.
I mean, everything we said today is true.
It's true.
It happened.
Okay,
It is
so
true.
he might.
Weird.
Okay, might living in Venice, Los Angeles.
That's
Venice
far.
Beach?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Venice Beach.
Wow, he's one of those shirtless, muscly, like roller skater dudes that go down.
Yeah, he
Oh,
might
man.
be there.
We'll
Anyways,
fi- and
I
will
do
find
think
out.
that this movie is only interesting to people
who have.
who have experience in journalism.
Yes, that is why it's interesting to us because we think how we understand how insane this is and how
Yeah.
insane that it got to this point.
I think for the average plebeian, they don't care.
Probably not.
Just
I mean,
fine.
Hayden Christensen is here, and if that's the sort of thing you're into, like, it's also like a short movie. It's an hour and
Short
some.
movie.
Yeah, it's not long ago.
Short movie.
Yeah. And it's gotta
long at
appeal
all.
with the girls if my TikTok thirst edits have anything to say about it.
He's got little glasses on, and at some point, baseball cap and glasses.
Is it when? And also, is there a moment in those edits where it's when he's crying and everything?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, is there? I don't
Every
remember.
single one of them.
That's not what I was getting.
Yep.
Most of them also most of them start with that one scene where he's like, if I threw a party and all we did was play Monopoly, would you guys come?
Yeah.
They always start with that scene.
Yeah. He's
And I'm
a male.
there.
He is such a loser.
Such
He
a
is
loser.
such a loser.
loser.
But he makes so much money.
They're all losers.
Yeah,
Well, if you're in journalism, you're a loser, unfortunately.
that's the thing.
True.
You're not in journalism anymore, Emily. It's okay.
It's I will be. I'm go-
Oh yeah, that's right. You're going back, but it's a
Emily,
different type of journalism.
fun
You're doing
journalism.
red
You
carpet.
carpet.
be a loser forever.
No.
Anyways,
Yeah. Follow us on our socials. We're on Brats in the Back Row at Instagram, Brats in the Back Row Gmail. If you want to send us an email and tell us your thoughts about journalism.
Mhm.
Where else are we? Brats Pod, TikTok. We're still there.
everything's
And
down below.
Everything's down below. I don't have to tell you.
It's also gonna
Like,
be
follow,
after this in the credits.
Yeah. Like, follow, subscribe. We're on Spotify.
I think
That's it. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. We're doing Sarah's episode next week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I have to pick a film.
Yes, you do.
That's true.
Oopsie.
Okay. Bye.
Love. Bye. Bye.